Father. Okay, there we are.
All right.
Okay, we are live tonight, and we got our illustrious Mari in the house. We
Look.
have Mari from the collective. I call my crew the collective,
Mhm.
because they are a group of intellectual people who know their freaking stuff. You hear me? So,
Mhm.
um, tonight we are. Am I pausing here? Oh, there we go. Tonight we're discussing the song. We're actually discussing two songs. The first song is a song by Mary Wells called Two Lovers. Now I'm gonna play this song. You ever notice that the Motown songs, every time it always started with a drum at the beginning to do, and
That's my,
then the music comes in.
I love it. I love
I'm
the
like, it's like, are they setting us up for something?
yeah, I love the big lines. I do.
I'm like, y'all go ahead, watch this.
And the beginning of a song is crucial for me.
Right. You hear that drum beat at the beginning? It always start with a drum beat and then it goes into the song. Okay, the lyrics to this is I have two lovers and I'm not ashamed.
Mm.
Two lovers and I've loved them both the same. She tells a story in this song. I didn't realize, let me pause this. I didn't realize how sensually sexy sweet Mary Wells' voice was.
Mm.
You ever notice that about her? She just
Mhm.
had this little je ne sais quoi,
Mm.
about her. That
God
she
bless her
just
soul.
two lovers. I
Hmm.
know I'm sexy too.
Hmm.
Like, go
Beautiful,
get Mary.
beautiful voice.
Okay. Yeah, she has a very sweetness to her voice. I love it. But yeah, the lyrics to this is I have two lovers and I love them both the same. Let me rewind that. Yeah, two lovers and I love them both the same. And then she says, he's sweet and kind and he's mine, all mine. Let me tell you about my first lover. Can you hear that?
I can.
Okay. It makes me love him. I really, really love him.
You can turn it up a little bit. It sounds like it's not as high as it was before.
Okay.
Vol- yeah.
But I got two lovers and I'm ashamed. Two lovers and I love them the same. Let me tell you. She's telling you about her other lover now. He treats me bad, makes me sad,
Oh wow.
makes me cry, but still I can't deny that I love him. Girl, she really, really loved him too.
Mm.
To let him know. Now she's gonna break it down. Don't you know that I can tell? Whenever I look at you, that you think I'm untrue. Because that I love too. But I really, really do. Because you're a split personality. And in reality, my God, they are the same person. It's not two lovers, it's the same person.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's the
that was well
same
done.
person.
That was well
Yes.
done.
The way she crafted that, she kept you in suspense, like she was finna tell you a story about two guys that she was finna,
Yes.
she was falling in love with. Then she was like, "Yeah, I know
Yes.
y'all think it's, I'm about to set y'all straight on who this two people is, you know."
Right.
So she was like, both of them are you, baby. They both are you. How many of us have dealt with that man or
Yeah.
woman
Yeah.
or woman?
The two personality person,
Mhm.
the bipolar person.
Yeah. And they both, and you love both of them. um you do love, I don't know if I love them both the same, but I love,
Well,
I guess in some aspect you could say you do love that person the same, because
yeah.
you're still with them and you stay
Yeah.
with them. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think too, but when you, as someone who's been in a relationship with someone who was verbally and emotionally abusive,
Hmm.
I think when I first went on that date with that person, he was the most gentle person I had ever met to date.
Representative. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he was so soft spoken, very gentle. And, but as soon as he knew he had me,
Hmm.
this other personality surfaced.
Okay.
And this other personality would come out. It would just come out of nowhere. Like in his mind, he probably had a reason. But for
Hmm.
me, everything was going fine. And all of a sudden, I may have said something, had a tone, but it was always what was going on in his mind, because it's not like he
Yeah.
gave me any connecting conversation like,
Yeah. No
Marty,
warning.
no warning.
Yeah.
And what I found, and what is my point is, I spent 5 years trying to wait for that gentle person to come back and stay permanently.
Hmm.
And I think so. I don't know if I was in love, if I could say I was in love like she did with that other person,
Hmm.
because I wasn't. I almost hated that other person.
Right.
But I loved the person that I first met, that was
Right.
so gentle. And I kept sticking around hoping that that person would come back and stay permanently, because that's the person I loved and that I wanted to build a life with.
Right. Right. And you know what? And it's crazy how that happens, because we don't realize that when you meet someone, I've always heard people say, I think a few people, I think Dr. Miles Monroe used to say all the time, you're meeting the representative. You're not
Absolutely.
meeting the person they want you to fall in love with.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
who would come into your life and really say, I have a horrible other side that I want you to fall in love with.
Right. 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 But that's important to me. And
Mhm.
I find that that's why I over explain myself. And I find that that's why I'm so transparent,
Mhm.
because it is important to me that what you see is what you get.
I agree.
And I rather upfront tell you,
Hmm.
if I'm sleepy, I'm cranky.
Right.
I have been very impatient with my children, and I can
Hmm.
probably still, patience is not something that parenting gave me. Uh-oh, I'll wait for you to come back. She'll be back. Here she comes.
Erica.
Okay, there you go. Yes, I was just saying that patience is not something that parenting gave me. So for me,
Mhm.
it's important that when I meet people, friendships, or, when I met my very special love, that I kind of tell you, because I don't like that feeling of, you think you're getting to know somebody and then they give you this whole, what do you do with that? Because nine
Right.
times out of 10, when they show you that person, you've already slept with them.
Hmm.
And once we sleep with a guy, those what is that thing, that hormone gets released that
Yeah.
makes you attached. And then if you're somebody who is who prides herself on being monogamous,
Hmm.
you try to make that work because you don't want another notch on your belt of somebody that you slept with. So
Yeah,
you try to
exactly.
make it work. But again, but going back to her lyrics, I don't think that I could say that I love that other side. I love how she did that though. I think that
Yeah.
was brilliant. And the writing back then was phenomenal. It actually sounds like a song that Smokey would have written.
You know what? And me and Tanika were talking about that last night. She said the same thing. That sounds like some of his type of writing,
Yeah.
because he was very good at, just like with Ashford and Simpson. Before,
Mm,
God rest in peace, and Nick Ashford, I love you to death.
yeah.
Say hello to the hair.
Yes. Yes.
He is awesome. I mean, I was in love. I'm in love with them as a writing duo, and they had a way of writing for women,
Mhm. Yeah.
in a way to where the thoughts of a woman, a man could put that
Mhm.
down.
Mhm.
Smokey was very good with that, and so
He,
was Nick
yeah.
Ashford.
Yeah.
Nick
Talented.
Ashford is responsible for writing the women's anthem of "I'm Every Woman."
Oh, I didn't
Hmm.
know Nick wrote that.
Nick wrote that. Yes,
Wow.
yes, it
That's
was a
beautiful. That's
collaboration of him and his
amazing.
wife, but Nick wrote that. Yes.
That's amazing.
Mhm. So yeah,
Wow.
that's crazy that the lyrics to this song starts off one way, and
Hmm.
that's what we're doing with lyrical therapy, is using the lyrics to find healing in the song or understanding of each other, and
Hmm.
I think it's like an awesome way of just coming
Hmm.
up with conversations
I
that,
agree.
just not like the normal, sometimes it's hard coming up with conversations that you
Hmm.
don't already hear on other people's
Hmm.
podcasts.
Hmm.
So I figured, let's break down some songs. I think we can
Hmm.
find similarity and
Hmm.
commonality into the lyrics that we all love and we all
Hmm.
cherish with these songs. But yes,
Hmm.
he goes on. Let me see if there's some more to this song. Both of them are you. Well, I've got two lovers. Yeah. Two lovers and I love. And that's it. That wasn't, and that's the end of the song. She just, it's almost like she just tells a story, just lets you
Yeah.
know that, this is who I was in love with. He's the same guy. You think he's two people, and you think he's one person, just like you said. You're thinking you're dealing with one person, and come to find out you're dealing with two different people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What I say to that is that you're always know that there's, another side to every
Everybody.
individual that you deal with,
Excuse me. Yep.
whether it be good, bad, or crazy, deranged, loving, gentle. You still have different sides of that person.
Yeah.
So, be careful.
Yeah.
It can be fooling sometimes, but we have to understand that, everybody has other sides to them. When I'm dating now, I have to give my relationships or my friendships with people that I'm dating now a year.
Mm.
I don't
That's
want
smart.
a commitment. I don't
That's
want
smart.
anything, and if after a year we decide, that we can go any further, because within 6 months of talking to somebody, you can pretty much see, the other side. It don't take you long, because people can only fake the funk for so long.
Absolutely.
You can, if you are inherent, and if there's a part of you that's not good,
Hmm.
and you got some ways about you,
Hmm.
it's gonna come up.
Yeah. And within that year.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
at least you're seeing what you want to, the things that you need to see to make
Yeah.
a decision. And some people are like, well, how do you keep from falling in love with a person during that time? Well, you go into it understanding that this is, I'm sorry to say it, this is applicant number one.
Right. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because
I hate saying it like that, but it is that we have
yeah,
to look at
but you
it,
know
you
what?
know.
That might be refreshing because
Mhm.
I that might be refreshing to men because you know, there's a lot of women that really display desperate
Mm-hmm.
behavior.
Yeah,
And,
I agree.
and even
And they
if,
can't wait to get wifed. Or
yeah, and that makes them dishonest, because they're becoming chameleons and, becoming what they think each man wants,
mm-hmm.
just so they can get chosen.
Yeah,
And
pick meat.
so yeah, or they rush the relationship. They meet date one, and by date two they're moving the guy in. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it might, to me, I would think that it would be refreshing to have someone like you say, hey, if you really want, there's a number of you on the shelf,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pulling from the shelf and I'm dating a number of you, and you guys, based on your demeanor, that really will determine which one stays on the shelf and which one I align myself with. I
Mm.
think it might be refreshing instead of having women so easily throw themselves at men, which is
And
that kind of is the norm.
into a relationship right away. I'm guilty of that. And that's been the worst part of me dating, is getting out of one relationship and jumping 3 months later into another. Your
Yeah.
heart can't heal in 3 months. You can't get over trauma in 3 months. You can't forget all the bullshit you went through in 3 months.
Yeah. But not only that, it's actually transference. What
Mm-hmm.
you're doing, what we and men do it. I watch the men in my life do it. There is no break between
Right.
girlfriends.
Oh
No
yeah.
break.
Men move
And
on quicker than
yeah,
women.
yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
but I think, at least I can speak for women, it's transference. So the love and the energy that you were pouring into that person that has now broken your heart, perhaps,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what to do with that love, and it's very painful to hold on to the fact that it's gone. So you do hook up with somebody sooner so that you can transfer that energy and that love to that person, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, and pick up. And but like you said, it doesn't mean that you have healed from the previous relationship, and it certainly doesn't mean that I've learned the lesson. There's something that I every relationship offers us a window into who we are, and an
Right.
opportunity for us to grow and develop as people. That's why I love being in a relationship. I'm like I said, I've been with this guy for 10 years. If for
Mhm.
whatever reason he decides that he wants to move on, or if the course of our lives change, I know that I will be in another relationship, because I love being in one-on-one. Number one,
Yes.
I'm a very sensual woman,
Mhm.
so I need that aspect of my life
Mhm.
completed, right?
Yeah.
So, and I prefer that to be in a monogamous situation. So, um but the thing that I love is about being in a relationship is that you serve as the mirror to each other's souls when
Mhm.
you really connect like that, when the energies connect,
Mhm.
like that, like for, when it's that deep that you're thinking about him and he calls you, or you
Yeah.
call him and he said, oh, I was just about to call you, or you know what
Yeah.
I mean? What is that? You guys serve as a mirror to each other's soul. And that's where the growth comes. And
Mhm.
not just in the good times, but particularly when there's challenging times. there's
Right.
so you know there's so many discomforting well, not so many, but recently we I went through something with my fella, and it was hard for me. I cried a
Mhm.
lot, right?
Okay.
And it wasn't anything that he did to set out to hurt me. It was
Yeah.
something that he was pursuing, and
Okay.
it something he pursued to fulfill his dream.
Right.
And what it did was, he's physically in another location,
Okay.
and it I cried so much at the fact that at the thought of us being separated for so long.
Right.
And of course there was a little bit of anger in there too,
Mhm.
even though, right, because as human beings, we can, joy and pain can share the same space. So I
Right.
can be extremely happy for the fact that he's pursuing his dream, and
Mhm.
feel extremely sad for myself because I can't be in the same place that he is at the moment. But I have to tell you, because I am one who's committed to the commitment,
Mm-hmm.
I found a way to deal with it. Hey, honey.
Hey, Nick.
Hi guys.
What's
And
going
in that, there's been so much growth and expansion for me,
on?
which will only be reflected in our relationship, because now I've grown, and I could have only grown from this situation happening the way it did, but because I chose to love him
Mm-hmm.
in the process and not run, because I'm committed to the commitment. But if for whatever reason that were to change, something were to change on his end, because I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going anywhere, but if he changed his mind right after
Yes.
10 years, then I would I would want to give myself time, but I would
Mm-hmm.
want to be in a relationship,
Yeah.
again.
And you know what? Sometimes, and there's actually nothing wrong with that because of how you've been, you if you've been in a relationship for 10 years, all you know is being with someone. That's your spirit is just connected to someone being there. And it's
Mm-hmm.
hard after 10 years to go from being, with someone to being alone,
Mm-hmm.
and by yourself, now thinking
Mm-hmm.
there's no one else in the room with you to, validate your thoughts or anything,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's hard to do that, so as I would look at even our dad, a lot of times, we didn't understand why he moved on so fast when our mother passed away. But
Mm-hmm.
if you've been with somebody for 60 years, why the fuck would he want to be alone now?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
It's not in him to be alone. He I don't think he could do that, without having someone there to,
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
I totally
So
get it. I
yeah.
totally get it.
So I understand. I get what you're saying. So sis.
Hmm.
Tamika, we're talking about the song Mary Wells, Two Lovers.
Never
Did
heard it.
you happen? Okay. She has a song called I love two I have been I'm in love with two lovers, and I love them both the same. But as the song goes on, it's a very short song. I mean, it's literally like verse, chorus, verse, chorus, and then it's gone. It's
Okay.
literally just her,
No break.
talking about how these two lovers came about in her life. And as the end of the story goes, she is actually talking about one person. She's not talking about two people. She's talking about how he's okay, alrighty then. I am live, someone. Hello. Um, uh, just a minute, guys. I'm trying to
Tiny.
do this. Hold on a minute. Hello. Okay, all right. Hello.
Kind of like
Sorry about that, guys. But Mari,
Jasmine Sullivan's I'm in love with two men.
yeah,
With someone else
yeah.
or something.
No, no,
Oh,
no. No, no, no. It wasn't actually. That's you know what? I want to break that song
I'm in
down too.
love
I
with someone
love
else.
that
That's
song.
what it was. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm in love with someone else.
So wait a minute. Go back. Go back. Go back. So the plot. She was only talking about one person, right? You
Yeah,
said
she
right.
was only talking about one person because it wasn't the person that you thought she was talking about. It wasn't two lovers. It was actually her lover, but he had two personalities because she says she describes him as loving, sweet in the beginning of the song, and then the second verse, he's mean. He can be moody. He can be this, that, whatever, and he makes
Okay.
me cry.
Hmm.
So it was just I just love the way she crafted that song
Hmm.
to where she was actually saying towards the end in the bridge that I'm actually talking about you. You're two lovers in one.
Wow, that's pretty deep.
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was really well done.
Hmm.
And even the way she sang it, that could have easily been Smokey singing it. That's what makes me think what I'm saying? Like the
He
voice,
Yeah,
probably
the
wrote it.
yeah, that's what we were saying earlier,
yeah.
that he probably wrote it. And I could hear him, I could see him singing that song, the way it
Hmm.
sounds and everything.
Wow, I'll have to
Hmm.
go listen to it. I have never heard that song before.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Say hi.
Hey, Flo.
Hi.
How are you, beautiful?
See, I'm watching Elmo. Want to bring all my Elmo friends and interrupt Grandma's live. Okay, go up there with Daddy. Okay. All right. So now we're talking about the song "I Try" by Angela Bofill,
Hmm.
which I found out from my illustrious sister last night. That Will Downing remade that song
Yeah.
into a masterpiece.
Mm.
Oh, can we get some of the lyrics of that, Sister Mari?
Yes. So it says, I try to do the best I can for you, but it seems it's not enough. And you know I care, even when you're not there. But it, but it's not what you want. You close your door when I want to give you more, and I feel so out of place. And you know it's true. Don't you think I'm good enough for you? Can't you see that you're hurting me and I want this pain to stop? So if you really care, I mean, if you really, really care, then open up your heart to me.
Mm.
What does that say?
But it seems I'm not enough. That
Hmm.
really touches me because
Yeah,
one of
the
my
song is
favorite,
pretty deep.
yes, one
Hmm.
of my favorite sayings and t shirts is I am enough. And a lot of times as women, we don't think that we're enough. In
Hmm.
general, we put a lot on ourselves. So definitely in our love relationships, I could see how you can say, how someone can feel like they're not enough.
Right.
um and
Okay,
then
guys, I'm going to change cameras real quick.
okay. Uh-oh.
It always
Frozen.
gets her with her mouth open.
These
Last night
cameras.
it was like,
These
like
cameras.
really? I'm sitting there talking and her mouth was wide open. Like what?
That is funny. She'll be back.
But I do know I know that feeling as well. I mean, I dealt with a guy, fell in love with a guy. That's who broke my heart most recently and shit
Oh
was
wow.
yeah. So I know that
Sorry.
feeling of trying, but yeah, it's not enough.
Yeah, feeling like you're not enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's that's rough. That's rough. And
absolutely.
yeah, that's
And you
rough.
start questioning yourself and shit. Like, wait a minute. But then you realize he was a fuck boy.
Yeah. It's not
Why?
you.
Why?
Yeah, it's not you. It's not you. It's
It
not
wasn't
you.
me.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So I'm
Mm-mm.
glad it didn't work out. Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing.
And that's not me trying to protect myself. That's literally what it was.
The truth. Yeah.
I was just too dumb to see it. Like, but I'm trying. Why don't you love me?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. 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 I think,
What? What's up? Get down, Q.
when we look for men, we have to look for men that are comfortable expressing. This is a thing. When you can tell a man that something you want, that he's maybe never given to another woman before, or and not anything tangible, but something you want or something that's not working for you, and that man looks at you and says, I'm pliable. I am willing to do the work. I am willing to. That's the man for you. Not the
Amen.
one, not the one that's going to throw it back on you and say, one of the things that I used to be told a lot that really blew my mind, anytime I expressed any discomfort, it was, for every finger you're pointing at me, there's three pointing back at yourself. I used to hear that all the time. And I wasn't pointing fingers. I was just sharing what my needs were. You know what I mean? And what wasn't working. Like, don't yell at me.
Right.
Don't yell at me. You know what I
Right.
mean? If something is wrong, let's talk about it. You know, but when you know that the man is for you, and the man, you have potential, he has potential, is when he can, in his manliness, receive what you say, thank you for sharing it, and say, I am willing and able.
Yep.
you know and but I don't know, that's I don't know who is giving these brothers this type of these tools. I believe that a lot of
I
black
believe that a
men
lot of black
do
men
want to be.
do want to
Uh-oh,
be. Uh-oh.
it's being, you
It's
hear that
being.
echo?
I'm
So you're
trying to
on
come
twice,
in, guys.
Latasha. I think you have to mute one of them, maybe.
I think you have to move.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah, we can see you,
Yeah, we can.
but there's an
Okay.
echo because
But there's
it's
an
open
echo.
in two
It's
windows.
open in two windows.
See, the other phone should be is actually dead, so I don't know why it's not, why it's doing that.
Are you on your phone?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Okay. I
I'm on
think
my
check
phone.
your to make
Okay, is
sure you
this
didn't
better?
open
Check
this
your
twice.
to make sure
I
you
think
didn't
you
open
opened
this
this
twice.
twice.
I think you
So
opened
when
this.
you left and came back,
So when you left and came back,
I think you
I think
still had the other window open.
did we figure it out?
Excuse me.
No. There's a delay. Q, get down. Get down.
Okay, but you guys can hear me all right.
Yep, we can see and hear you.
We can see you.
Okay. Yeah, this other phone that I'm working with right now, I'm not really used to this. It's a new phone, but it's just I'm not really used to it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's looking a little crazy a little bit. So
Go out and go back
okay,
in.
let
Come
me
back
see.
in. Come back
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Okay,
Like shut both
let
down
me
and
see.
then come
Yep.
back with one. With one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But what was you saying about? Wait,
About
you said I think that the thing is with brothers is, and then we
Oh
stop.
yeah. I think that you know, we need classes, sis. We need workshops.
Amen to that.
We need workshops. And anytime I meet brothers that are in healthy relationships and that are gentlemen, open my car door, open the door for me, stand up when I come to the table. I, I need all of that. And
Amen.
I
Yeah.
always feel, but they never want to do it. But I always feel like you guys got to have workshops. You guys got to, because these young guys don't. It pains me when I walk in the street and I see the man all the way in front. His lady is in the back, or she opens the door for him. I'm sorry. No. I don't even, I kind of stand back when it comes to strangers, even if you're a dude, get the door, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that the men that know how to do it, know how to engage and really, embrace that woman's feminine energy. Um, they need to give classes because these young people and some of their cohorts just don't have it. I don't
They don't.
know. They just don't have it. And we as women are now, you know, kind of forced to accept that stuff. And then when we tell them, I've heard women say things like the guy would say, you can get your own door. Oh, I was at Whole Foods, and it doesn't even extend to relationships, mother and son. I was at Whole Foods, parked behind this car, and this guy gets out, very clean cut, neat, whatever. And I see this car kind of swinging open, but it's not going open. Finally, the woman comes out. I assumed it was his mom because, just between their dynamics or whatever. But he did not. She was old and a little feeble. Why the hell did you not get out the car and open the door for your mother? Then I'm sitting there long enough, feeding my face, stuffing my face. They come back out. Same thing.
Wow.
Yeah. And
And see, when me
I
and
was
my son
fussing.
hang out, he won't let me take a bag. He won't let me, like, that's just him. I'll be like, he be
Good.
4-5 bags. I'll be like, bro, you want me to fix something? And I'm walking around with nothing.
Good
He's
job.
like, no, I'm good. Like, that's, I raised him that way. His dad
Yeah,
raised
good
him
job,
that
Mom.
way, to be a gentleman, to open the door for, even with his girlfriend, like, I don't care how late it is, if they're hanging out, he takes her all the way back home from Brooklyn to the Bronx and come back home, make sure she gets at the door, and then he comes back home. That's
The
how we
echo
raised
is
him.
still there.
It sure is.
Is it?
It's bad.
Okay.
I don't know why when you
Obviously,
come
the
on, it's
enemy
coming
doesn't.
on twice. What if no? Because if you, I'm trying to think, what could you do?
I will be back.
Because you have to be coming on twice somehow. Okay. Yeah, but good job, Mom.
Yeah, like he know better. His daddy will
Yeah.
get him.
Yeah. Good. Good.
And his dad is the same. It was the same way. When I was
Yeah.
married to him, he opened the door, walking outside of the sidewalk. If we're walking somewhere,
Exactly.
those sort of things and
Yeah.
everything. It's just like, and I ain't even gonna front. Like a lot of times, I'll be walking with like some of my guy friends, and they get mad at me because I don't pay attention to it, and they have to remind me, like, nigga, get your ass in here, and I'm
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah.
Because I just be like oblivious to it a lot of
Yeah.
times
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Just
not really
talking
pay
and doing your
attention. And
thing.
they'll like force me to
Good.
move to the side so they can walk on the outside.
Good.
And that's with every, single one of my guy friends. If I'm walking outside with them, they make sure like
Mm-hmm.
that they do gentleman things. And so I'm
Yeah.
used to that. And I won't
Good.
accept anything other than that, like from
Yeah.
any man. You
Yep.
feel
I
me?
agree. I agree. I
That's
would just stand there and wait.
I
I
think
would just
what
stand and
my
wait.
problem is with a lot of men, unfortunately, is there's consistency,
Yeah.
is or lack of consistency.
Hmm. Where do you think that comes from?
Women accepting just anything
Yeah.
because you can't be inconsistent by yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta be inconsistent because you were allowed to get away with it, and you continue to get away with it.
Yeah.
Like no one
Yeah.
is checking you on your inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you tell me you're gonna do something, for instance, you say,
Hey,
"Hey, I'm
bro.
gonna do this." Hi. If you say, "Hey, I'm gonna do this," and whatever, and it doesn't happen, can you at least be, what's the word I'm looking for? Courteous enough to say, hey, something came up. I wasn't able to do X, Y, and Z, but don't glaze over it as if it never freaking happened. I have had to shut brothers down just from inconsistencies. Like, you say you're going to do something, do it, but you don't get a chance to glaze over it as if nothing ever happened and don't bring it up. Like, you don't remember when you told me you were this?
Yeah.
That guy, the inconsistencies of the brothers today is insane. I'm like, who raised you?
Yeah.
Because with me, my word is my bond. And if I'm not going to be
Same.
able to do something, I'm going to say, hey, I'm sorry, something came up. I wasn't able to do it. I'm going to acknowledge that I
Mm-hmm.
made this deal, that I made this promise.
Mm-hmm.
That's lacking with
Mm-hmm.
brothers, and that's sad.
Yeah.
Really, really sad. But hey, it is what it is.
Workshops. We need workshops.
Workshops, yes,
We need workshops. We
on
need not
saying
just
what you
for
mean and
brothers.
meaning
We
what
need
you say.
yeah, we need for brothers, and also we need, I just believe the brothers need their circles and the sisters need their circles, and then we need to come together and we need to have
Amen.
these exchanges because there are men that are looking for beautiful feminine queens, and then there are women that are looking for masculine, um yet gentle men, you know
Yep.
but in between there is all this fluff and stuff. Everybody's meeting people are meeting people like that, that you can't have adult conversation. That's an adult conversation. Accountability, really what you're talking about is accountability. That's an adult
Amen.
conversation. Hey, you said X, Y, and Z. Do you realize that you said something different? But when you call people on their ish,
Mm-hmm.
that's when people tend to get angry and
Yeah.
upset, and that term gaslighting comes
Every
up a
single
lot.
time,
Yeah.
as if I'm wrong
Yeah.
for calling you on your bullshit. Basically,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna call you on your stuff. Like, don't say you're gonna do something and not follow through on it. And
And
if
then
you're
not
not
bring
able
it
to
up.
follow through, just say it. You're
Right.
not
And
gonna
not
hurt
bring it
my
up.
feelings.
Yeah.
You might disappoint me depending on what the issue is, but at least acknowledge that, hey, I said this, but I'm sorry I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times, unfortunately, brothers don't want to, let women down. I've had this conversation with
Yeah.
a brother in particular. I was supposed to be going to a party with him tonight, and I shut it down because he's just inconsistent. Like,
Oh,
bruh, you done said 3-4 times you're gonna do this. Here we are. You know what?
really?
I'm gonna take a rain check on that party with you, homie.
Is that
No.
what you did? Is that what you said? You told him you
Yes.
just gonna take him in check? Okay.
You can go to that party by yourself, homie. It was a Harlem
Yeah.
Nights party too. I had a good flapper dress for it.
Oh man.
But here I am chilling at home. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna deal with your inconsistencies. And you
Mhm.
have a pattern of it. And I've allowed, so yeah, no.
Yeah. Hey, Holla.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can
Howdy
see your
do.
face. I was like,
Yeah.
what is different about this? I could actually
I know
see
we
his
always get the
face.
little picture.
Yep, yep. Normally we just see those eyes, those handsome
Yeah,
eyes.
that's because I'm in Fayetteville right now.
I figured that's why.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't stay on, but I saw that y'all were on, so I just wanted to come on and say peace.
Yeah,
You're
peace.
doing a
How are
Peace.
good
you?
job.
How's
Peace. Peace.
everybody? Thank you.
Everybody's fine. I
Okay.
gotta I gotta go back and listen to the Sisters with Nationhood
Yes.
because I was with my family, like we were all eating dinner and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna definitely check that out. How did it
Okay.
go?
We had some serious technical issues in the beginning.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, we couldn't hear each other. And then even throughout, at one point, she could hear me. She could not hear me, but I could hear her, and the live could hear her. So we just got to figure out that piece. Um, there was something with her connection, but once we did, it was wonderful.
Cool.
It was wonderful, and we had a good amount of people show up. Latasha was there, and Dawood and Ronan, and about 3, 4. We had about at least 7 or 10 people comment. So it
That's
Nice.
was it
good.
was really really good. Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
was
I
a
thought it was over an hour, so I figure everything must have went pretty good.
yeah yeah yeah. It did.
I was taking a
Oh
nap. Missed it. I'm so sorry.
Where's
oh, it's
Latasha?
okay. It's okay.
Trying to figure
Um
out what's going on with her phone. She
yeah,
kept
something's
Um,
going
out
on.
of
well, tell
feedback.
her I said peace and I give all of y'all my love. I gotta head
Oh,
out for my cousin.
All
okay,
right.
all right. Be safe. Good to see your
Absolutely. How
voice. Good to
enjoy
see
your
your
time with
face
your
and
family.
hear your voice. Peace.
Oh, did you get the cookies? Did you try the cookies?
Yeah, I told they're gone. They're gone.
You know what? They're gone.
But yeah, but let me tell you why. My grandson, even today, he said, "Can I have the circle cookies, please?" He crushed the peanut butter. I mean, the chocolate chip. He crushed them.
Wow.
And then I
Aw.
crushed the
Lemon shortbread.
oatmeal raisin.
You had the oatmeal
And
raisin. Okay.
right. So I made a promise to Mark that I was only going to have one cookie a day, right? So I did that the first 2 nights. But the third and the fourth night, I decided to have it with a glass of wine. And
Oh,
it was
Oh
really?
boy.
Yeah. A
so
lot of people eat
tasty.
my cookies with wine. Yeah.
I had it with some Pinot Grigio.
Really.
And there was just no having just one. So I literally have to I have to order them again soon because they're both gone.
Awesome.
Oh
Crushed
wow.
I'm glad to
them.
hear that.
Totally
Oh, that's a good
delicious.
compliment. Thank you.
Yes,
Very
thank
good.
you. All right,
All
honey.
right,
Much
no.
love to you
You.
and the family. Peace.
Catch you
Peace.
later.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
So
How do I get
yeah,
out?
I
But yeah.
I just kind of I think